Welcome back. I'm the Watch Nerd. On today's video, I'm going to be comparing the most expensive to the least expensive. This is going to be a new series. When I have a watch that is the most expensive in a certain category, and then I have another watch that's the least expensive, I'll make one of these videos. I think it's just kind of fun to compare. Of course, this is the Daydate comparison. I have a Rolex Daydate presidential bracelet, 18 karat solid yellow gold, beautiful piece. And I have in the other hand an SNK 809. You say, how dare you compare a Seiko that costs, let's see, 176 times less than a Daydate? Well, I have my reasons. The people that buy Seiko, that buy these affordable watches, they want to see if they're getting played or they're getting a good quality piece. And the people that pay for Daydates and these huge, what, $30,000-$40,000 pieces, they also want to know if they're getting a good deal. So I want to kind of go over some specs, but go into really where the value is in both of these pieces. Before I turn you around, I do want to talk about the Chanel chain giveaway. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers and Diamonds and Beyond reaches 1,000 followers, I'm going to give this out to one of you subscribers out there. There's 4 steps in the description. If you follow those 4 steps, you're automatically entered into the competition. I will send out to free to any of you out there. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're in London or if you're in Singapore, it doesn't matter. We'll ship them out. First, pulling ourselves around, I didn't want to really compare the box. I could show pictures of both. I have a box of this. Just cardboard, really nothing that special. Comes on a pillow. Of course, this is really decadent. Now I believe they give them in marble sometimes, but it's a beautiful case. I also said for the 175 times more, that is the cheapest version of the Daydate. This is the, not cheapest, nothing's cheap about this watch, but I should say the most affordable on the market. This is 18038, which means it has the one quick set. So you actually do have to go through. Now that is a bit of a hassle, but if you wear this like every day, every other day, because that 48 powers of hour reserve, you're fine. It's automatic and you just wear it on your wrist. I know a lot of people that own the Daydate, it is their everyday piece, and I think it can definitely be a everyday piece. This is a beautiful watch. Now, I haven't gotten into the comparison yet, but I do want to talk about both of these watches. These are slightly different in style. This is more of a Flieger pilot's watch you see with that dial. It is all cased in stainless steel, and it's hard to kind of compare, but I do want to, because this is the most affordable Daydate I will buy on the market. This is, it's true, this is my personal watch here, and I think value for money for 80, if you get it between 85 bucks, 70 bucks, something in that range. I don't think this is worth over 100, because there's many other options over 100 that you can get, especially with Orient, the brother of this Seiko, that they actually, it's under their belt. So there are other options, and I think if you get it, I got this brand new Joma shop. It was like 85 bucks, and box, stickers, everything on it. But this watch is not my personal watch. I am saving every single penny to own a Daydate. This is my dream. This is absolutely the most beautiful, elegant watch that I love. It's more of a sport model, elegant watch. I think so. This is my type of sport model, elegant watch. I know this is more towards dressy, but it is really, the way it's constructed, the way it feels on the wrist, it really does feel. This is 36. This is, believe it or not, 37 millimeters, even though that oyster case looks a lot bigger with the gold. It does. It is Hardlex on the other, sapphire. I'm not going to get super in the details, but the sapphire is a lot better than Hardlex. This watch is 1980s. Actually 78, this one came out, this reference. This watch was made in the 90s. It's still made today, of course, the Seiko, but there is a whole thing about the movement and how they're moving towards a higher end Seiko is trying to get a little more upscale, and I don't mind them to do that. The retail on this is $185. I don't think it's worth the retail. You can do so much better than the $185 on this piece if you were to go to a boutique or something where you get that. I think it's a nice piece. I kept it on the stainless steel band just because I didn't really want to buy a NATO or a leather right away on this piece. I know it didn't feel so bad, but then actually I have a funny story. So I was wearing this, I don't know, 3 weeks straight when I first bought it. You notice you don't see any scratches, and that's really amazing for this watch because it's bee blasted, and it has this everything's bee blasted and it doesn't show scratches. So I really do like that on this piece. But I put this on after wearing this for 3 weeks. I put this on, and man, did it feel like butter. This felt like a good metal bracelet, and then trust me, there's so much better. You could do a lot better than this. Just press on and hollow end links there. But yeah, so it really is a really horribly horrendous bracelet. It's probably the worst one you can possibly get. I don't know everything about it. It's not push-pull pin. You actually take out the metal. I bent one of the metal when I was taking it out. It was a nightmare, this thing. It's really the bracelet on this, I recommend if you want more of a long-term option and you're not trying to look for really anything else, then this is. Now if you're looking for a longer term time with this watch, I definitely recommend just pulling it off, just not even bothering with this bracelet. But if you don't, it did nip my hairs. Not as bad as you think. It's just uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. On the other hand, this bracelet wears beautifully. I actually find myself wearing it a little tighter. I don't mind it. No micro adjust on that on this bracelet, I should say, and that's something I guess you could say this is superior in, but it's not meant this. It is a hard thing to compare. I will tell you that. I really thought about it, and I wanted to put this up just because I kind of want to show you the value difference here. So on the surface, these two watches are completely different, but on the inside, on the movement, on the complication, it is the same. Now we have the full day up there at the 12 o'clock. On here, we just have the date window. I want to tell you something really cheap that Seiko does. I know that it's a cheap watch, or affordable, I should say, because you know it's not cheap, $85, but for in the watch world, it's considered to be affordable, very affordable there. They make the date window out of plastic parts. So when you flip through the date, say I'm going through the date, you can hear the plastic moving. It breaks. This value, it's not really worth investing in. Now that's my opinion. It's not worth investing, but at the same time, I think most people agree. If you can buy a watch and you own it, and you enjoy it, when it comes time to servicing, instead of actually going to get it serviced, you just go, and they basically, if you took it to a watchmaker, they'll just replace the movement. It's not worth going and actually servicing. On the other hand, these movements can be very, very expensive. Buying them just and replacing it, it's not the option. The option is going in there, taking out part by part, whatever is missing, whatever happens, you have to repair the movement. You have to take care of this watch. You really do have to take care of this watch. The bracelet, as you can tell here on the video, I'm showing you the bracelet. Most of them fall straight down. This is actually pretty solid. This was sent out special to get it retightened, and as you can tell, it is really well tightened on this bracelet. Really nice. Milled clasp, that is superior on the Daydate than the I said Seiko 5 here, but it is this is all 316L stainless steel. Of course, Rolex, this is not stainless steel, but Rolex does only use 904 now. They did a switch, and it paid off. It really did, because people really like that 904 904. I personally prefer 904 over 316. I know 316 is harder, but the benefits of 904 are just unbelievable. First of all, I'll go over them quickly. You get more of a easier polish out of it, so it is softer, but the polishing can happen way faster. And this is the real money maker on this one. It is more corrosion resistant. I like going with my watch everywhere. If you take it in the well, let's say ocean, come out, it really is not that bad with the corrosion compared to 316. Now you can see big issues with the 316, and that's why Rolex changed, because they were getting complaints. The actual ocean was eating away at the case backs, and it was being a problem, so that's why they switched to 904. I completely agree with them. I love it. Now, the bezel, that's a smooth bezel. This is a, of course, fluted, all 18 karat gold construction, as I went through. And this is really, truly an amazing piece. Now, I keep talking about the gold on this watch. Do you think the real value is in the gold? Yes, the gold brings lots of value. It's a solid gold Rolex, but you're also going to be paying a huge premium for the name, for the movement. Of course, this is a watch. You're not buying scrap gold here. This is huge. This is the presidential bracelet. This is what everybody wears. This is what all the executives, Tony Soprano, if you ever watch The Sopranos, wears the 36 Daydate. Our president of the United States wears this watch. Lyndon B. Johnson wore the president's watch, and JFK was actually gifted one from Marilyn Monroe, but we never saw it on his wrist. We just saw the engraving because he wanted to get rid of it. Of course, he was having a famous affair with Marilyn Monroe at the time, and he didn't want to show it off. He didn't want to have a watch that said that, so he actually got rid of it. But Lyndon B. Johnson later on, he wore this watch every day in office, and plenty of CEOs, executives. We see the gangster side of it. Tupac iced out these, and plethora of people. Pablo Escobar had a Daydate iced out too. So the list goes on forever if you want to Google all the people that this watch has been through. Now, on the other hand, this watch, there might be some collectors out there that have it. Trust me, I've seen collectors with Pateks and things like that wearing SKXs. I completely agree with that. I love that. But I don't think this is really, this one especially. The SKX, I know why it's loved so much. This one I see on some people. This is how they get into the watch world. But this is definitely a good first watch. I bought this for my second watch. I bought the actual quartz. This is my, of course, Tag Heuer, and then I moved to this. After this, I moved to the Omega, and I reviewed that on my channel. So that's basically where I'm standing. I love this watch. I wore it for weeks, but you do get bored of the setbacks with it. Let's talk about the setbacks. First of all, you don't get a screw down crown. So this has 100 meters screw down crown, screw down case back, and sapphire crystal. Over here, even though that's not really meant for a sports watch, you still get that. You could pop out the crown here. No hacking on this movement. It is a legendary, the 7S26, gorgeous movement. Gorgeous meaning that you're paying $85 and you get to see the movement. That's what the gorgeous part about it is. It's not that decorated. You don't expect decorations. If you're expecting decorations at 85, then I'm sorry, that's not how the watch world works, really. Even for 500, it's hard to find decorations. Maybe on a rotor, somebody would do that. But that's what this watch is. And you do get to see the back. Rolexes are famous for not showing the back, except for the Rolex Prince line. There's one out there you can actually see the movement. But on most of Rolexes, they have a case back. I think it's really, it's good. Maybe it's nice to see it, but they are decorated pretty nice nowadays. Rolex. They have great movements, reliable, chronometer certified. That's something else I have to talk about. Now, accuracy in watches, both of these watches will not beat out this Tag Heuer. Both of them won't. Both of these watches will never beat your phone. But one of these it's called chronometer certified, cost certifications. That means plus or minus 2 seconds a day. Very accurate for a mechanical watch. The only one beating is the spring drive movement from Seiko. That's 1 second a day. But I think it's fine, 2 seconds a day, especially you're not gonna really, you don't have to change it if it's really 2 seconds off. But on the other hand, these are what, plus 45, minus 25. It's really bad, their status. Sometimes they run better. Mine, I believe, was running 20 seconds, maybe a little less than that, maybe 15 or 12. But you're not getting incredible accuracy, and you shouldn't expect that. These can actually get magnetized pretty easy. Not so much on the Rolex, especially because it has the solid case back. I think that has to do something in play, I should say, with it. Now, these are completely different leagues, and I just wanted to do this kind of a fun video to share with you. I think you all know what you would prefer out of these two watches, and I think you know what I prefer. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if there's anything else I didn't cover, I would love to hear it from you. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'll definitely catch you in the next one. The next one's going to be on Tag Heuer. So if you're a Tag Heuer fan or you hate Tag Heuer, I would recommend subscribing because you'll see my opinions on Tag Heuer. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.